and DC. What is good with you guys tonight? Hey man, thank you guys for jumping on with me. This is my first show ever doing from Saudi Arabia, and so I will remember this moment because you guys was with me as well too. Man, I appreciate it so much. What's good, man? I'm out
What's
of it,
up?
man. I am. I'm, I'm trying to I'm trying to adjust, man. It's just been a little rocky. I was telling Jimmy that before when I got here, it took me 2 days to unpack my computer. But when I unpacked my computer, it broke, and it broke right down the stream, right down the whole what's name. It just went. I was like, everything's been going
Really?
bad, man. And I flooded my bathroom out. I was trying to change. I called myself trying to be a plumber, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to install something in my bathroom, and I thought I turned the water all. I mean, I turned the water all the way off, right? And I thought I turned it off, so I unscrewed the thing. Dude, water just hit the ceiling. And it lasted like that for about 5 or 6 minutes, bro. We couldn't get it to turn it off. We couldn't do nothing. And me and my roommate, we was soaking wet with clothes, and the bathroom just flooded. Now the bathroom has holes in the ground, so because of water running it and like stuff like that. Yeah. Well, it's so the waters can drain and like stuff like that. It's in all houses. It's not just in ours, but it's made like that. And so the water just was. I mean, it piled up about maybe about 2 inches, and it just
Man.
when we opened the hole up, it water just it just fell off it, dog. Yeah. So the first 2 days, maybe the first 3 days was just like I just don't understand, bro. Like what like Lord, what are you trying to tell me to do, bro? You trying to tell me to go home? Because this right here ain't gonna work. But
He
man, I'm
might be trying to tell you go home.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
uh, I don't know, bro. It looks like it may be or whatever. So um, I can see that I have a little. I can see that I have like a little. I'm not. It's on my end, so it's not you guys. So, Otis, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining
Mhm.
into the show and everything. Uh, Basketball started today as well too. So I is it so Jimmy? Is it safe to say that the season started today? Is that the best way to put it?
Well, yeah, Pope, he flew back from being out there with the USA team coaching and stuff, and he got back in and they started practice today. And far as like, they had some interviews with some of the players, but yeah, I guess you can say today starts officially, this 2025 2026 season.
Ansley, um, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can throw this up for a second. Let me see if I can show this. Ansley making a big announcement at 7:30 on the local BBN show on WLEX. Could it be a fifth year? I
I heard some rumors that something was going to happen with Ansley Almanor, but
really.
this is the first thing I've heard. I mean, he could maybe have a fifth year.
Was he
I
going
thought he was.
somewhere else?
Well,
Well,
I would say if he's making an announcement tonight on
on
BBN show
WLEX.
LEX that it's going to be back at Kentucky.
Man,
Wow.
me too. I thought he was. I mean, because you know what? Because here's the thing. Last year, before he came to Kentucky, he was a junior.
Yes.
So when he came over to Kentucky, he was a senior, and they were like, "Well, Ansley's out of he's out of playing time." I'm like, "Well, I thought he
I'm
was a junior. I thought he was a junior coming into the season."
he
Uh,
could maybe have a red shirt year or something that maybe one
ooh,
season he only played a half a season and the NCAA maybe gives him an extra year. That could be the situation. Yeah.
well, hey, I hope they don't give Ziegler an extra year.
Oh no, they've done denied that. They've denied that twice, and he's
Yeah,
still wanting to try to get.
Ziegler was trying to get another year, right? BC.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was suing.
He
Like he
done
was
yeah.
he,
being.
He
he
tried to
done
sue
been
the
there 10 years,
NCAA.
ain't he?
Yeah, he been playing basketball for about
He
10
been
years.
there. Yeah,
Seems
like you
like he
say,
been there
BC.
10
In
years.
like 10 years. Yeah,
It's time for
yeah.
him to go. But that's I mean that's not really breaking news, but it's breaking news
No,
because
I
who
haven't seen anything come across
I
yet.
hey
haven't heard
Peanut,
nothing
thank you
about
for
that.
that. I appreciate that. I didn't I hope he comes back to Kentucky. Well, A Call. He's announcing that at six on WLEX. If you was going somewhere else or not playing anymore, you would probably wouldn't be announcing on the big station like that.
No.
You would
But
think.
how does he fit in at Kentucky another year though?
That's why I asked, is he going to be in Kentucky?
Yeah, he was a great wing shooter, a great 3-point shooter. He fit in last year with Pope's offense. I wonder how this year he would fit in.
It's just playing time what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the playing time. Yeah.
That's not to get off track with the season getting started and everything, but that's the one part that I worry about. When you have that many guys, you don't have walk-ons. You have guys that can legitimately play basketball in college. How do you like somebody's gonna be left out here, man? As they like to say, make it make sense, Coach Pope. I don't know, man.
Hey, I done told y'all guys, Kentucky
Defense.
should be the best defensive team in the nation because it's like if you want to play, it would be when you got a bunch of guys like that, especially pretty good offensively, and a team like that we getting ready to have. That's my number one thing. I would be like defense. I would write it on the whiteboard. If you don't play defense, you might not be on the floor. And I will press every made bucket. We should have at least the top 3 defensive team in the league. Because if you want to play and you want to be on the floor, you gotta play defense.
Exactly.
It would be my number one thing, especially after last year how terrible we was defensively.
Yeah,
man, it would be my thing. You want to play defense.
Jimmy, do we have enough talent this year to press the whole game?
Yeah, I believe we do have the talent to be able to press the whole game.
Heck yeah.
But a lot of things the last couple 2 or 3 years, a lot of people a long time ago they would press to speed the game up.
Yeah.
Now I think a lot of teams are pressing to slow the game down and take that 8, 7, 6 seconds off of the 10-second, getting the ball up above half court, and then another 6 or 7 seconds, and only giving them 16 seconds to run their offense. They're pressing to slow the game down.
And when they get that shot up, we have definitely got to crash the boards, man. We can't, when it goes along with what BC's saying about playing defense, when we're on defense and stuff like that, we definitely got to stop letting these guys get 2 or 3 chances to score.
Yeah.
Because we can't get a rebound. So hopefully we got a team of guys here that understand how important rebounding is. And, with it just being the beginning of the season, it's going to be a lot of growth from here until we play our first dudes in Purdue, I think it is, ain't it?
Well, yeah, playing Purdue. That it's an exhibition game. It's an exhibition game. But hey, everybody thinks it matters because all these fans, they're going to be watching that game. I wish that was a primetime game on ESPN.
Yeah, that would be good.
But to go back what I was saying, I want people this year when they play Kentucky, they terrified.
Oh yeah.
That by the 5 minutes in, 6 minutes into the second half, teams are tired because we just pressing them, just press every made bucket, Patino style press. And if you get tired, hey, hold your hand up, come on over,
okay.
Sit down for a couple minutes. I don't know. It's just me. I'm more this year coming in. I'm more of defensive minded than I am offensive minded. Because anybody can shoot a basketball, but everybody can't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more of defensive minded this year coming in. We got so many players.
Okay. Hey, if you first of all, for everybody that's watching the show, man, appreciate you joining in with us tonight. I do. I'm actually usually 21 would be doing this. 21 I'm streaming it from Saudi. So if it's a bad connection, my apology. That's on me tonight. Usually it'll be coming from 21s, and maybe I would only be the only one that would have bad connection. So if it's a bad connection, my apologies for that. It's really off of me. So can you imagine how many alley hoops I'm going to get this year? We're going to have a lot, man. Look, I want to ask you guys a question before we get back to basketball. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So they got this thing over here in Saudi called moving cameras. Have you ever heard of that?
Moving cameras?
You talking
Moving
about
cameras.
like if you're going through an intersection, like
moving
driving?
cameras. Yeah.
Like
so
if you're
what it
driving
is
through
is-
an intersection and it takes your picture of you and actually your license plate if you're speeding or something.
No, so like say like on like your street, you come home one day and they had set up a tripod with a camera, with video camera, and it takes pictures. And then you get up the next morning and that camera's gone and it's 3 blocks over. That's how they catch people speeding. So you can't get used to where cameras are at.
Oh, well, yeah.
So they placed it, they just pull over, pick up the camera, and they go place it somewhere else around town. So they do it, it's all over town.
So you saying it might be Monday when they catch you speeding, but you might not get the ticket until Friday.
Till Friday.
They might pull up, be like, "Hey, we caught you speeding. Here's a ticket."
It'll just you get a ding on your phone. It'll just ding on your phone. It says you got a ticket.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
But
pretty.
remember-
That's
Well,
pretty
what
interesting.
if some bystander's walking down the street and he just grabs that camera up and he just takes it off and takes it off running with it?
Oh, they ain't gonna do that over there.
They ain't gonna do it
That's,
over there.
hey, it's Saudi, Jimmy Jam. Man, it ain't America. America, you do that, get away
You
with.
do-
it.
yeah,
You ain't
you do
doing
that.
that over there.
So,
Nah, you ain't gonna risk your life over a camera.
Yeah. So I guess the point of them doing that is people we have our ways that we go home every day. So you know that a camera is like at this particular street. So let me slow down. Because it's coming. So they'll take that tripod and they'll move it to different locations. They'll move them all over town. Just so you'll never know where they at. So when you come through speeding, it's already too late because you didn't expect for it to be there because it wasn't there this morning when you drove through.
See, Jimmy Jam, just to answer your question, you think in America, in the United, like Mike was saying, the United States of America, do you think that you could put a camera down and nobody mess with it?
No, that thing's gone.
It
If
goes to
somebody
show
leaves
right
it-
there that they can put a camera down and they ain't worried about nobody messing with it.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be and so they also have these cameras that are over these that's over these signs or whatever, and they're pointing down. They're only there to catch you if you're not wearing your seatbelt, or is your phone. If your phone is anywhere in your vicinity, it can be on your armrest, and you get the ticket.
Wow.
And that's all it does. It just catches seatbelts and phones, and it'll just ding on your phone. So basically, I'm going to just throw my phone away.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So I thought I'd just ask you guys how that is. So how did you like it? Thought I'd ask you guys how that is as well. But anyway, we get back to what's name. Hey, Tyrone, Peanut, Carl, Brandon, Kentucky wins or lose. Thank you. Now you make a statement.
Hey, Carl. Hey, everything's going good. Thank you.
Those Patino teams that press. Let me put this up right here. Those Patino teams that press
Jimmy, you
wasn't the
started a new
greatest
job?
half-court defensive teams, but they were deep enough to wear teams down.
Yeah.
I guess I have to ask myself, at what point will we start seeing Coach Pope implement maybe some of the things that he learned from Coach Patino, or has he already started implementing it already? That maybe I just didn't realize.
Well, with Pope, I think he's going to change things up. I think he's going to use everything that Rick Pitino implemented into him when he was playing basketball. I believe he's going to do a lot of pressing this year. I don't think he's going to press all game long, but like BC said, let's jump on them, get the first half over with within like the 12-minute mark of the first half. Let's be up on them by like 15, 20 points and, cruise into halftime. And, I believe our defense is going to carry this team a lot more than us having to shoot 33s a game. I think it's going to be our defense that controls this game and gets buckets for us.
If we can do that from the tip off of the ball game, and as soon as we make a bucket and we go right into it, you can, I'm pretty sure BC and you too, Jimmy, can talk about it. It's one thing to watch a team do it on camera or on film, but it's another thing to experience it yourself. And if we can do that right out the gate, if we can press full court as soon as we make our first basket in the ball game and set the tone of how this is going to be, teams have to call a timeout and they have to readjust because, okay, dude, this is hard. Like this is, we see it on film and, we think we're a good team or whatever. But when you have to go out there and physically do it yourself, it's not the same. That's for sure. The Malachi injury. Hey, Jimmy, the Malachi injury, do you know what it was?
It was just a minor hip injury, kind of like, just like you brushed up against somebody and it was just a small injury. It's nothing that's going to affect him for summer practices or anything. He just, he did get, I think it was a mutual agreement that he is not going to be on the under 19 USA team, but it was a mutual agreement. He was playing good enough, but I think he kind of wanted to be back in Lexington.
Probably so, man. When you get to that status and people start nominating you to do this and do that, I think sometimes you be like, okay, I think I'm doing this out of more so maybe out of obligation because this is at my status. This is what I'm supposed to do. So it'll be interesting because practice started today. I don't think it was. I don't think it was anything really full contact per se.
Oh no,
it was more individual drills or more, position drills or whatever. I think that's what they was doing today.
Yeah.
Listen to Trent Noah talk a little bit. I had a chance to watch a little of it, but listen to Trent Noah talk, you can tell that he's more mentally prepared for year two than he was for year one. And of course, as he's mentioned, he understands, what's required. 21. Do you look for Trent to make a big leap in year two as a sophomore? BC.
Huh? Oh, I thought you said 21. I was
you
like,
said when you said 21, I was
21,
like,
my fault.
I didn't know if he was in the background or not. Yeah.
Look, it is it's 1:35.
Hey, I got you, man. I got you.
There we go. Okay.
So what was your question again?
Do you see Noah taking a big jump in year two? Because they said he's putting on some weight and muscles and stuff like that.
I hope so. I sure hope so.
Because if you look at him last year as a freshman with the energy that he had, knowing that he wasn't going to have to go out there and play 20, 25 minutes of ball game. So the time that he was on the floor, the time that he used, I think he exerted a lot of energy. And of course, he had his freshman woes or whatever. But when it comes between him and Travis Perry, of course, Trent Noah's a bigger guy. Noah was a bigger guy than Travis Perry. I think Noah carried his body a lot in the first year. So now that he understands that, I think he's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, like you was saying that I hope he's better because he's got some thoroughbreds that's right there in his position.
Yeah.
Here's my question. He's a Kentucky boy, so most definitely I have I'm leaning more to him. I'm a little biased in that way.
Okay.
Last year, if it wasn't any injuries, him and Chandler probably wouldn't have got to play that much. So what do you?
Maybe Chandler would, maybe Perry would.
Well, Perry would. I don't know about Chandler. I don't know if he would have
really?
hit.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know if he hit the court really.
Okay,
But
okay.
this year they have had playing time. They have played in the SEC, which was a gauntlet.
Yeah.
So this year it's going to be. I hope it's about defense, but the playing time. Everybody's going to have to. To get on the court. You're going to have to be a baller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be
That's the thing about this team. You're gonna have to be a baller. So do you think these two guys coming in the sophomore year, they know the offense? Do you think that they have a little maybe a half a step, which those guys coming in, because those guys coming in are better than them.
Yeah.
They better than them. But do you think they have a little advantage by knowing the offense and being in it for a whole year?
Jimmy, I'll let you take that.
Well, maybe a little bit, but the thing, like with Trent Noah, last year he said he was playing 2 steps behind. He could not guard Ortega in practice. He could not, play the game the way Kentucky needed, but he was thrown into it. And he was talking about today that Pope has been talking about him having to make, take chances and shoot the gaps and get into the defensive positions that he was not able to do last year, and to be a better defensive player. And Pope wants him to be like a steal person, to get steals on defense. So, I mean, and he was talking about this year, with him and Ortega and Chandler and everybody coming back, instead of having one Jackson Robinson, they got 4 Jackson Robinsons, and they can all tell all the players how Pope's offense is working, how defense, how the practice goes. So I think he's going to be a lot better, but I don't see any significant minutes playing more next year than what he did this past year.
Wow. Interesting, man. Interesting.
Because the question is, Big Mike, like here's where you have to look at it. Like I said, he's better because him and Colin. But if would they have gotten to play last year if it wasn't for the injuries?
Probably not.
I don't think Travis or Trent would. I think Coach Pope is going to find a way, because I think after
because Chandler wasn't playing at all. It was about 5 games. He wasn't even hitting the court.
Yeah, he wasn't hitting.
And we on here like, what is it? Because what I'm saying that is now the team is better than it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got dogs coming in that I'm not talking about like Jimmy said. You got like 2, Jackson's coming in. You got about 2 or 3 Butlers. You got Old Way came back, and you got is it going to be a place for them to play?
Well,
I would love for Mark Pope just to run, just hey, get in there, just get there 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or whatever. Just run, just boom, 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 boom. If you're tired, but are they going to have a place to play?
Well, does that mean we go 15 deep all year? If that's the case,
all year. Oh well, when it gets tournament played, it goes from 12 to 9, mostly 9 players.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 or 9. Yeah,
but it boils down to, like I said, the defense.
Yeah.
So if Colin, the way I look at it, if Colin is shutting his guy down, he's a defensive stopper. Yeah. He's like a Meshack, like on Tennessee.
Okay.
Oh, he need to be in there. He need to play about 28, 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
If you can get on the other guy and shut, I don't even care if he score, which he's a good shooter. But if you can shut down one of their top players and slow them down, he need to be in the starting lineup.
Well,
that's how big I am on defense this year.
So let me ask you a question. I and this is nothing against Chandler, and I'm not throwing shade on him, but
Hmm.
is it too far fetched for people to think he may actually have a chance to start?
Oh no, yeah, it's too far fetched. To me, like I said, let's see done with Michael Jordan. let's he's going Michael Jordan over the summer, and
Yeah,
we gonna see something different. Because,
yeah,
like I said, if it wasn't for injuries,
yeah,
Hmm.
him, Noah, and Perry wouldn't have got to play,
yeah.
Yeah, I would
Uh,
and the
say the
team's
only
better.
yeah. I would say the only reason that Chandler would start a game this year is if he was playing backup point guard, and for some reason, Jalen Lowe couldn't start for some reason.
okay.
And if he doesn't start, you got kid
Then you
from
got
Florida.
yeah,
Aberdeen. Yeah,
Aberdeen. You got
Yeah.
yeah,
Aberdeen. You got Jasper Johnson.
Yes. So
Uh,
that's what I'm saying.
there's still. I
You see
mean,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
So
it's a
so
good
I got
problem to have. It's a great
it's a
problem for Pope to have.
absolutely. So I got a question from BBN, and I appreciate the question, BBN. If you're still watching, let me throw this up on the screen for a second. He says, "Do you think Kentucky has a chance to win a national title or Final Four? Because I feel like if we don't make it to the Final Four, then our expectations is a failure under Pope." Whew.
See now,
There we
You heard
go.
the stoking
see
Hey,
already?
now we
hey,
talking. Now we talking like what I was talking before the year started.
before the year started,
When
you're
I was
already,
convinced that he had a
Yeah,
pass this year.
yeah, you're already in that, you're in that
yeah.
cooker. It
Mm.
wasn't turned on yet, but you're in that cooker.
I
You're in
don't
the
know.
pot.
It's too early for me to
Yeah.
tell, fellas.
Yeah. I mean, we could be
I haven't
ranked in the
seen one
top
game
five.
yet.
I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I'm not like. I mean, as a Kentucky fan, that's always the expectations.
Hmm.
Except last year when it was Sweet 16 at least. But
Well,
the cultural, the attitude for being at Kentucky is Final Four or national championship at least. Is that unrealistic? To people outside looking in, maybe. Um, but when you cheer for Kentucky, that's always going to be the expectation. Doesn't matter what players are there. It doesn't matter who's coaching. That's always going to be what we're striving for as well too.
mhm.
Um, and so let's take this right here in consideration. Let's say if Pope only goes 12 deep, as Tyrone says, that's three people. That's three quality people that's going to be left out. You could be looking at Hawthorne, uh, Noah, and Chandler. Who would be that three that would be left out? That's hard because you
Might
can't
be.
leave out Chandler with the flashes that he showed at the end of the season last year.
Mhm.
12 deep. I just
Yeah, it's pretty. I agree with that. It's going to be if they go deep, it'd be 12, and it's
yeah.
going to be like
Mhm.
you said about 3 or 4 guys that's not going to get much playing time.
Okay. Craig says super. I guess he must be talking about the what's today? Oh, super unreasonable expectations. There might be injuries or team disharmony. I gotta put that back up again so I can read that. Because of minutes available um to play. Yeah, like I don't. For me, like I don't doubt that we don't have a good team or that we can be a really good team when all the pieces come together. All egos are outside. They don't come into the
Mhm.
building. They don't come into the locker room. I feel like that we could be a really, really good fit basketball team, but a little bit of me has to step back and be like, oh, how
Mhm.
how do you keep everybody happy? So you got to ask yourself, like, is it about my minutes? Is it about me getting my showtime, or is it about us winning the national championship? That's what it comes down to when you're building a team, like like Coach Pope did. But I'm glad they paying Coach Pope a lot of money so he can figure this out. That's for sure.
Hey, you want to be on the floor? You better play some defense.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
There you
better be
go.
you better be sad when somebody scores on you.
Yep.
So if we are a analytics team, like they say we are, is it possible that while the game is going on, stats are being kept real time? Is it possible that last 5 minutes of the game whoever who has the best stats leading up to the last 5 minutes, these are the guys that's going to close us out. Is that an unreasonable thought?
Well, you know the way Mike. You know I'm old school. I don't that analytic stuff.
Yeah,
You throw that out the door. I
Mhm.
don't agree with that.
It's who playing.
okay.
It's who is playing good at that moment of the game. If you're playing great defense, you're going to be on the court. If that the five that he has on the court that is and they're doing good, he's going to leave them on the court. He's not going to bring anybody out.
But that's part of the analytics though. If you've been shutting your guy down all night, I'm not going to set you on the bench the last 5 minutes of the ball game.
Hey, Mike, that's not analytics. That's common sense. That's something been going on for years.
Yeah.
If the guy's playing good, he's going to be out there.
Hey, you know what, BC? All right. We had to have him.
Had to have a moment.
Oh.
What's the
But you know what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
I'm I don't know. I'm just too old school, man. It's just that.
It makes sense. The best 5 players for that ball game should be on the floor at the end of the ball game. And of course, it's, as you said, BC. That's not simple math. That's simple common sense. And hopefully the team. If you think about us switching guys in, why shouldn't we be somewhat really fresh towards the last 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game? Well, we can just dig in even harder than what we've been doing just to close the game out.
See, here's why I say the defense, as I've been talking about. I know that's probably I'll be beating a dead horse by the time season starts. Here's what defense does. Defense separates, because if you go to offense, now it's a totally different thing, because guys could be out there had offense and they might not be good as defensively.
Yeah.
Defense is what separates every guy on the team.
Okay.
If you play defense at a high level and you can go out there and get stops, deflections, or whatever, and you rebounding, you're going to be on the court. You know as well as I do, you don't have to teach a person to shoot a basketball or score.
Yeah.
It's good scores, great scores. But defense is something that has to come from the inside to say, hey, I want to stop the team. That's in football, basketball, whatever. So when you got a bunch of good players, now it comes down to who's going to play defense. And if you don't play defense, I don't care if you get 20 points a game. If you allow your man to score 15, 20 points on you, what good is it?
Yeah.
So I think that's what breaks is separates who's going to be on the floor and who's not.
I think we need to have that Deion Sanders mentality. If you recall when he played football, he as a DB, he had to be on the best guy on the other team. That was like there wasn't like coming in the game and like putting putting Deion on the weak side of the field. Deion was going to be on the best receiver every single night, and that was everybody can't do that. Everybody can't play the best receiver every single night. So if you take that mentality and bring it over to basketball, just like you said, BC, you gotta want to play defense and you gotta want to guard their best man and you gotta want to show everybody that I'm about to shut you down. And if you can have 5 guys out there with that same mentality, that's a recipe for a great defensive game, all ball game.
See, it's like Peanut said, you'll break up the rhythm.
Yeah.
Yes, if what are you breaking up the rhythm on? Defense or offense? Okay. It's you're talking about offense. It's supposed to be this team needs to be more defensive minded. Because you don't want to break up the rhythm on defense, because we seen that last year.
Yeah.
We seen teams who could defend how far you get in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope that it's more defensive minded than offense. Offense, we got guys to score. That's
Yeah.
you ain't gotta teach it.
Yeah. I, Chandler would get playing time because he plays defense. Chandler would get playing time because he. I mean, and I think that's the reason why, some people out there think that if all the stars line up, could Chandler start? And I'm like,
No,
I'm
I
I'm
don't. I
No.
don't
I'm
I
not
mean,
ready to go there. I'm not ready to
I-
say that. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
nah.
But
I mean,
can he get on the floor a lot? Yeah.
he played good defense at Tennessee last year when
Yeah.
Lamont Butler was out, and he had to guard Ziegler. And he played good
Yeah.
defense in that game, but he wasn't consistently like that. But he has talked about this year. That's what he's working on. He's not talking about what happened last year. He's looking forward for this year's team. How Pope wants him to change and be better on defense, everything. And so I believe Chandler will be better, but I just don't see that he's going to play 18, 19, 20 minutes a game.
I don't see that neither. I don't. I don't see him playing. Now, I mean, is it going to be, and also we got to, one thing that we got to keep in mind too as well is that each ball game is going to bring its different scenarios too as well.
Yeah.
You might only get 10 minutes in playing one team, but the next ball game is just the way that everything is moving. Is that you're just you had that night tonight, and so you might get that 18, 19 minutes tonight just because of how everything is going. And I think this is such a long versus football. Since it's a long season for basketball season, I think that gives guys room to be patient and let the game come to them and not try to do too much, but stay within the system and just do your job. And it starts with defensive side of the ball. That's for sure. John became more consistent. Yeah, Craig, I agree. He became more consistent at the end of the year, and that's why Jimmy mentioned he didn't, even though Chandler played a good game against Tennessee, he didn't play that same way all year long. But down at the end of the year, he was like, ooh, and I think that's why people are so high on Chandler is because how he ended the season, and it's just like anything else. What have you did for me lately? So if people are looking at what have you did for me lately, well, look how I closed the year out. Look how I played. I didn't, I stepped my game up. So, and if anything else, that's a big, huge confidence for Chandler going into next year. It's just like, okay, I had good moments throughout the year, but I finished the year strong. So let me just continue. And he's been putting in some work in the off season. I mean, if there's one guy that you see videos a lot of, it's Chandler. As Coach Pope says, he's a gym rat. He's always in the gym playing ball as well too. So we look forward to seeing what he can do too. Let's see. Let me see if I can put up somebody who I haven't threw up yet. Football and Peanut. Let me see, George. See if I've thrown up everybody. Tyrone. BC, okay. Let me see. Let me throw up this question from Otis. Question: what coach of Kentucky we had that never lost in the first round NCAA tournament? That one category Cal doesn't have on him. I know the answer. Ooh, hold on for a minute. Hold on. Let me change this. Let me change this for a second so I can leave this up here for a
Coach,
second.
we had never lost in the first round.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna bring this on back up for a second.
Never lost in the first round.
Let's see.
Question: what coach of Kentucky we had that never lost in the first round of NCAA tournament?
I'm gonna go with
category cap.
Let's see, Tubby Smith, Patino,
I would
Jimmy,
say
it's your expertise.
I'm gonna say Tubby, Patino.
what about Joe B?
I mean, Joe B. I didn't watch a lot of those tournament games. In the
Yeah, I was young.
I was young too, so I don't know if it could have been Joe B. Hall, but I know Tubby never lost a first round game when he first started out at Kentucky because he won a national championship. Patino, the first couple of years, Patino couldn't even go to the championship, NCAA. So,
well, I'm gonna say this, Jimmy Jam and Mike. I know Tubby didn't. I know.
I don't think Tubby did.
I don't think Rick did. I don't remember nobody going out first round like Cal. I don't
think it was Tubby. I don't think it was Patino.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Joe B. Hall either.
Okay. I don't think Joe B. Hall would be one of them.
Eddie Sutton, maybe.
Now Eddie, Eddie had Rex Chapman, so they went pretty good. Sweet 16, Elite 8 when Chapman was there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my
maybe Billy Gillespie.
I'm gonna go with my concrete ones, Tubby and Rick.
Yeah, that's who I'm gonna go with. Otis said Tubby Smith.
Was it? Well, he asked the question. So is it Tubby Smith?
That's who. Yeah, that's who I was thinking. It had to be Tubby or Rick.
I don't remember Tubby getting being no first round.
No first round losses with Tubby.
I don't think so.
Or Rick. I don't remember Rick.
Or Rick. I don't remember anything with Rick either. Yeah.
I mean, that's just not.
That was kind of unheard of there until Cal went out.
Yeah. You think back to be like, when last time Kentucky lost in the first round? That was just on the Cal. I don't know who else did it as well. So Tubby Smith. So it was Tubby Smith. Tubby Smith as well. I guess Rick went out in the first round because he wasn't allowed to be in it. So I guess he went out in the first. He went out in the round. He went out in the playoff. I mean, in the play-in game.
Play-in game, yeah.
He went. Yeah. Let's see. Peanuts writes, if you establish that you're going to be physical, they'll let you be physical. If you play soft, then try physical. They'll call it. So that makes a good point, Peanut. Once the ball goes up, we have enough quality guys on the team, or at least we're hoping so. With all the pieces coming together, that if you play physical from the tip off, and you starting to press as soon as the game, as soon as you make your first basket, and if that's the tone that you're going to set, then the word is going to get out fast that this is how Kentucky's playing basketball. Kentucky's very physical and aggressive. Soon as the game starts. So hopefully they wouldn't try to throw Kentucky off their game by saying, no, you guys got to slow down a little bit. You guys can't be that physical. But it's Kentucky, so people gonna hate on Kentucky as much as possible. So you don't put anything past them. That's for sure.
Can I say something right quick?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
man, this happened in my sleep.
Okay.
And Brandon Garrison, y'all know I been on the kid, but Brandon Garrison is going to be a beast and a big time player before he leaves Kentucky. This year is going to be a good year for him. I just wanted to put that out there because I was thinking about that. It woke me up in my sleep. Brandon Garrison is going to be. He's going to be. He's going to be a good player.
Yeah, I know a lot of things that he has already talked about working on this summer and getting a lot better. And, it seems like his family, everything is so supportive, everything, him and his girlfriend, his baby, everything. He's just locked in that he wants his team to be the best team on the court. And I believe he's going to be one of the great players you'll see this year. And, he was there last year. He's going to improve this year. I believe it's going to be a breakout year for Brandon Garrison.
Is he starting?
I think he will.
I think he will. Yeah, I think he will.
With me saying that, like I said, it happened in my sleep. With me saying that, I think he's going to be the starter. Him and Oway, I can say, are definitely going to be in the starting line.
Yeah, I love JQ, but I don't know if he'll be actually ready. I believe there's going to be different times that you're going to see Brandon Garrison starting, you're going to see JQ start, and that's just the way it's going to be all year. And, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
We got so much, but you know what though? Here and there, I just kind of see what's going on. Very, very.
I think they
briefly,
both be
nothing.
in the lineup.
They could be both. And I believe Peanut asked earlier, do you think we would have two big men in the lineup?
No.
I could see Brandon Garrison and JQ playing on the perimeter and Brandon Garrison being down low.
Yeah, I think they both be in the lineup.
Yeah.
Are you bringing Mo? You bringing Mo D off the bench?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Really?
if you had both of those in the lineup and they was both playing good, I would have Mo D coming in, and then Yelovich would be a backup after that.
So
I'm thinking Jaden, Garrison, Ortega,
You
Johnson,
got Jasper, you got Johnson,
Jasper, and the point guard is
Jalen
coming
Lowe.
over from Pitt.
Jalen Lowe.
Jalen Lowe.
I think
So
that's the
you'd have Johnson over Aberdeen.
Yeah, Johnson's a stud.
He's
man.
stud. He's a stud. I know he's a stud. Hey,
it's going to be a time. But
I'm telling you
yeah,
that.
he's
Hey,
a
neither
stud,
one of them.
man.
Johnson's going to be a stud. I know that.
He's real. Deal,
I have him in my starting lineup. I've got him in my
deal,
starting
man.
lineup. Yeah.
Look, it's 2 a.m. for me, and it looks like you guys are the ones that need some sleep.
Here we go.
Hey, Mike.
He's got Aberdeen. I guess he's got
Who's your
Aberdeen.
starting lineup? Who you got?
All right, point guard. You got Jalen Lowe.
Look, my thing is this, because Jasper's a freshman. Well,
He's that. He's one of those freshmen like
He's a
we used to
superstar.
get. He's one of those Kyle Perry freshmen.
Yeah.
You think he's the one that done, Big Mike?
He's a burger boy.
You think he's the one that done?
Who, Jasper?
Yeah.
Jasper, he wasn't on the McDonald's All-American
so
team.
you don't think he's going to start?
I believe he's going to start.
If you got him as a one and done?
Booker, all those.
But that team,
SJ.
but that team's different than this team.
Yeah.
that team was like on another level. That team was in the clouds. This team just a little, hey, they could do better, never know. But that team right there was totally different.
Yeah.
Than this team.
Aberdeen. This is his Aberdeen. Modi JQ.
So he's going. Peanut says
He's going
Aberdeen
big.
starting as a point guard.
He don't have Jasper, man. Ooh.
Hey man, he ain't never seen him play.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't check him out. I wouldn't check out games and
did you?
playing. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I didn't go, but I checked out games. I can't.
You can pick up, watch the game.
Highlights. I don't do that because anybody look good at highlight reels.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
And mixtapes in. Everybody's a superstar.
But the game, but
and
actually
mixtapes.
seeing him play,
Yeah.
he's special. He's special, Mike. Jimmy Jam knows. He's special, Mike.
He's special. Yeah.
I don't say,
Hey,
I say what he's special, man.
He's
Just
gonna be good.
special, man.
I just want you guys.
He's a
to know,
diaper
man.
dandy, man.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to know, man. It's since I got here, I've been okay. Mentally, just trying to get my feet up under me and just trying to get everything down, packed and everything. But I appreciate that laugh, guys. I mean, you guys have made me smile. I don't think I smiled since I've been here.
Are we okay? Can I ask you a question? Are we making you
really.
smile because the ridiculous take you think we take it, or is it a smile of love? What is it? Because you said we need some sleep. When we said our starting lineup, you was like, "Oh, y'all guys need some sleep." So who you gonna have start?
I got Jalen Lowe.
Uh-huh.
Now, the only reason I would put Aberdeen in there, but the only reason that I say that is because he understands what it takes to win a national championship. Now, if he's okay with coming off the bench, so here's the thing: are you gonna? Let's look at it like this, then. For the guys that don't start, of course, are we looking at a immediately like you in the ball game, or are we gonna go player by player, or by situation? Because because if you're looking at, I don't want to use the word platooning, so that's not what I'm necessarily pushing at. But if you look at the aspect of, okay, we get new guys in here, you all in there, then I guess I can see Jasper starting because these guys they know that they're going to come in and they don't have to sit on the bench and be like, okay, I'm the sixth man, you're the seventh, and you're
What?
the eighth, and so forth. But I mean, there's a lot of
That's
factors that go in that too.
that's
As well
like I
as foul
said, Big
trouble
Mike.
and all of that. Play defense.
Defense. That's it. Defense. That's what it comes out. Defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? You
Yeah.
know what? As playing basketball, you know what stops a player from coming in your room, in your office, saying, "Coach, I'm not getting playing time." You're not playing defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Yeah.
All you can do is turn around and walk right back out the door. it's just it's a no-brainer.
So
That's you're not playing defense.
so basically, so what you're saying is, if a player walks into the coach's office and the coach is doing something, and he says, "Well, how come I'm not getting playing time?" The coach can react like this: "You're not playing defense."
Yeah.
No,
It's
no,
just-
look, yeah.
You
No,
gonna
you
look
have to
him
look
right
him
in
in the eye.
eye
And
and
you
say-
you ain't playing no defense. And what's so crazy about it, the player will automatically know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If if they're being mature about it, and if they're not being stuck up, or if they're not being like babyish, then if they're being real with themselves, when the coach tells them that, is that you're not playing defense.
Well, it won't be the first time they heard it, Mike.
Probably not.
In Kentucky,
They-
you're not playing defense. Ain't the first time you heard.
You're gonna hear it in practice.
Yeah,
I mean-
you see it in the film. You say it ain't the
Yeah.
first time you done heard it.
Yeah, that's true.
You just gonna hear it from the coach. You just come and say, "Well, I ain't getting much playing time. You ain't playing no defense." Okay, let me get better on defense.
I'm special too. I'm just short, but so if they didn't win the special, low is a fast Travis Perry. I assume is that a good compliment? Who put that up? Peanut, is that a good compliment? I assume.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for
Yeah.
me to even. I don't know what peanut mean on that.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. A fast Travis Perry. I mean, that,
They're not in the same league.
no.
I wonder how Perry's adjusting to Ole Miss, man. I wonder.
I hope Perry would be a real good player, except for when they play Kentucky. But I hope he will be a real good
Yeah.
player at Ole Miss.
Yeah,
The Kentucky boy. Like I said, my heart is for the Kentucky
Yeah,
native,
I
Mhm.
got you.
the thoroughbreds.
Yeah,
George was asking about Yelovich. He's on the way, getting everything ready to be in the United States here at Kentucky, I believe within a week.
Now this dude might be an X factor.
Yeah.
You never know. He might be an X factor, man.
Yep. Thanks, George, for the question. He could be.
We up here talking about everybody.
Everybody else, I mean-
might be one of them.
He's going to play that wing.
We don't know.
Yeah.
And bro, we haven't even talked about Cam Williams.
Cam Williams. I mean,
You see what I'm
did you
saying?
see his the numbers he had for his vertical leap and everything?
I didn't see the numbers, but I saw the picture.
I mean,
I saw the picture too. He's like, you jump out of gym.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, I don't need no words. I already see it.
Man,
yeah,
Yeah,
he's in airplane mode.
yeah, he sure is, bro. I mean, this man. Look, man. I mean, we just got a team that the season started. I mean, look, here it is. The season started, and Kentucky football loses a recruit to Louisville.
Yeah.
A Kentucky. I think he's a Kentucky. Yeah, they lose him to Louisville. Vince Murrow effect so. Is it the Vince Murrow effect? That's my question. Sorry to jump the transition like that, but I just thought about a player. Is that the Vince Murrow effect? He leaves Kentucky, so does the players.
Well, if it's not, it's the biggest coincidence in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying.
Just saying it. Yeah.
He went to Louisville now. He's going to Louisville. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, make it make sense. Actually, Kentucky wins and lose. He says Cam is my starter on the wing at the 3. Man,
Whoever's playing defense, man.
Who's ever playing defense, like BC said? Hey, you playing defense in practice, you're going to start.
Man, I'm just telling y'all right now, don't you know if that's the trendsetter? If I want to be on the court, I gotta be a lockdown defender.
Yeah.
Don't you know how good this team would be? Now you go back, you look at teams like last year, like St. John's wasn't good offensively, but they locked down. Mm-hmm. You go look at Houston, what they used to be offensively. They had some good shooters, but they were locked down.
Yeah,
they were.
Florida, good defensively. If we got that mentality that, man, I want to lock my opponent down versus, okay, scoring 20, 30 points, but I can lock my guy down.
Yep.
And that's the trend in the locker room.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Well, is that something that Aberdeen could bring to the team? Being able to talk about how important it is to have that mindset of defense first, understanding that's what look, I mean, I understand that they had Clayton Jr. I understand that they had him, and he was exceptional of a player this year.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it was Florida's defense that turned into offense. So hopefully he can bring that mentality and just kind of share that with the guys of, as BC said earlier, we can all shoot the basketball in some way or another. You know what I'm saying? We got scores, but can we all be collectively locked in and on one accord, as they say in the word? Can we be on one accord? Can we be on one accord?
Yeah.
Can we can we lock in on defense? And I think if Kentucky locks in, Rupp Arena's going to be rocking this year, dude.
Yeah.
If we are a defensive minded team, and just to be able to have that Kentucky culture back at Rupp Arena or even on the road, it doesn't even matter. If we have that type of atmosphere and that type of mindset, if the guys can lock in and says that it's defense first, and then that'll turn into the offense, Kentucky could be, if they have that mindset, then that's when I start talking about, okay, we already locked in, we already show what we can do. We need to be a Final Four contender. That's when I start talking about, okay, we have that, and we can see some of that against Purdue, but we know that really doesn't really matter. But we know guys still want to win that ball game, even though it's exhibition. But we get to play.
Every time y'all talk about Purdue, it just
we get to play North Carolina. I know, Jimmy, you and Leah, you guys talked about that the other
North
night.
Carolina at home. That's going to be Indiana at home. Those are going to be two spectacular games, barn burners. And the fans is going to go crazy because they haven't seen North Carolina at Rupp Arena since Anthony Davis in 2012. I don't remember last time we played Indiana at Rupp Arena. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
Got it done, huh?
Yeah, it has.
So,
yeah,
he's getting it done with the scheduling. He's not afraid of playing anybody, and he's going to play him anywhere he wants to.
Well,
if they want to play him, he's going to play him.
Well, that tells me it wasn't Mark Pope's decision to make that Purdue game an exhibition.
That might not been his. Yeah, it might have not been his.
I don't know where it came from,
but.
Yeah, it bothers me.
Hey, BC, you're going to watch it though, aren't you?
Of course, I'm gonna watch it. But
I'm gonna watch it too. I wish it mattered.
Bothers me.
I wish it
bothers
mattered.
me.
Yeah,
It
I
really
wish it would.
I'm sorry, it does. It bothers me.
I wish it'd be at Rep Arena, which it is at Rep Arena, but I wish it mattered. I wish it was our first game before we played Louisville.
It's almost equivalent to a participation trophy.
Well, and you don't know. You don't even know if all the players for Purdue's going to play.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't know if all the players for Kentucky's going to play.
That's why I'm saying, why not make this a real game?
They should have made it a real game.
Why
if you're going to play an exhibition, why can't you just move it up another or move it back another 2 weeks and play it November the 3rd or 4th on a Tuesday or a Saturday before we play Louisville?
Kentucky do not play top team. If right now, if you are Georgetown and Kentucky play Georgetown in an exhibition game, I'm like, cool. But if Georgetown was in the top 5 in the country, Kentucky does not play them as an exhibition game.
I'm with you, BC. I'm with you. I wish it was a regular season.
I don't know
game.
where it came from. When we start doing it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think what was it last year or a couple of years ago? They started doing. I think Arkansas played Kansas last year.
But see what you said. You see what you said.
That wasn't a good.
Who did?
Big, it was Kentucky. Arkansas, not Kentucky.
No, we don't do that stuff. We don't do that.
I know. I know. I wish it was a regular season game.
We don't do that type of stuff. Yeah. Maybe Georgetown, Kentucky.
Georgetown, yeah. We could play Georgetown
them in an exhibition game.
Yeah,
that would be okay with me.
But we don't do that.
Hey, look, not the old school Georgetown Hoyas though.
No.
Well, not the Pat Ewings
that right there would be a real game.
Yeah. I know. I mean, Carl was talking about it. It might not matter, but the fans, they're going to be ready and watching the game. And I am too. I hope we win by 20, but that don't make that we're 20 points better than Purdue.
Man, here's what I'm saying. It's a mind thing with me. When you play an exhibition game, man, it's just I'm not even gonna talk about it no more. That hurts me so bad, man. It's just it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Out of all these teams in the country, Purdue's going to be like what number in the top, at least in the top 3.
Probably 1,
and
2,
you going to play
3,
them in the exhibition?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, man.
I know, BC. I hate it as much as you.
Nobody wants to go to a preseason NFL football game because you know why? Because
it don't matter.
It just don't matter.
Yeah.
Come, man. That's just I'm sorry. My bad. Get some water. That's going to be a touchy subject till that game's over.
Until that game is over. then we'll move on to the Georgetown game.
I might not be able to come on post game after that game.
Let me ask you a question then about that Purdue game then.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody outside of JQ, I take JQ and I put him outside for this game because it's an expedition. So we don't want him to get hurt for that. But let me ask you a question.
You proved my point, Mike.
No. Listen though.
Okay.
Listen. If everybody on their team, if all their stars play, and if all of our guys play except JQ, only because of health reasons. If we beat Purdue, and I mean I'm talking about if we beat Purdue by 10 points, and I mean this is a brawl. This is a brawl, the whole ball game. If we beat them by 10 points, because we find a way to pull away at the end, do you consider that a good victory or whatever? BC.
Oh, you ask me? Oh, but it don't count. Don't count for nothing.
Okay.
Don't count for nothing, man. It don't count.
Okay, in the sense of measuring,
it ain't going on the record.
In the sense of measuring where we at as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at it from that aspect of it. If it's a brawl, I mean, we got everybody playing except JQ. They got everybody playing.
Mm-hmm.
and we find a way to win by 10 points. Because I mean, and I'm talking about like we just find a way to win because of like free throws at the end of the ball game because they fouling or whatever. But if we find a way to win by 5 to 10 points in a brawl, not like
Mm-hmm.
oh well whatever, do you consider that a positive for us?
Yes, it's always a positive when you win something,
Mhm.
but it still don't mean nothing. It ain't on the record. I know
It's
what
not
you're
official.
saying. You saying that
Yeah,
okay, we gotta win. It might
yeah,
not mean nothing, but
yeah,
okay, if that's the case, why not have that game where it means something? That's the only problem. I see exactly what you're saying,
yeah, yeah,
but my point is an exhibition game when it comes to Kentucky basketball playing
yeah.
a top 3 team. When we start doing that is what I'm saying. Maybe, hey, I gave in to the Sweet 16 thing. Like I said, this is 2025. Maybe I have to buy down to some things. But what I'm saying is when we start doing stuff like that, when we start playing teams like that in exhibition games,
All right.
that's where I'm at. I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
but why? I just want to know what was in the mindset of somebody, whoever came up with this, that said this should be an exhibition game.
All right. So
That's
you
why I can't figure out.
well let me ask you this question then. Tyrone makes a good point right here, and
Mm-hmm.
you tell me if you agree or not. Hold on, let me put. I might want to put it up. There you go. But people would talk about it if Kentucky loses, though, for real. If we lose, if even if we lose that expedition game,
Mhm.
the way Kentucky fans are wired,
Mm-hmm.
if we lose that game, uh oh. Now, even though it doesn't matter, and I mean, on the flip side of it, we'll be able to say, okay, you know what, that's not on our record. But if we lose that ball game, we're gonna be like, okay, what do we need to work on? What we need to get better.
Mm-hmm.
So as a, so
You
so speaking
you do
so
that
speaking
if
from a
it was on the
well,
record, regardless.
I understand that, but just a high profile game, even though it's not a profile, it's a high profile practice squad game. I guess you could say.
You making it worse, Mike. You make it a whole lot. You're not helping any.
Hey, he said you
you
over drinking that salty water.
you making it worse,
Yeah.
man. You're not helping any. You are not helping any at all, man. You know what? I rather for this game to mean something and
Yeah,
Kentucky play and they lose and it goes on the record.
that's
That's
pretty
just the
deep, man.
competitive juices, and that's just the way I'm wired.
Okay, I got you. I like what be calm. We're going to be enough top 10 wins this season. Let fans have fun. I think, hey, George, I think it's just for you,
Oh well,
BC.
hey, the fans are going to have fun. They're they're
Yeah,
they're going to be there and watch the game,
I think this
regardless
is for BC.
win or
BC. Oh, it
lose.
is for BC. I didn't even see your initials at first. BC, calm down.
What's up?
BC, calm down. We're gonna be enough top 10 wins this season. Let fans have fun.
Who said that?
George.
Hey,
George.
George. George, listen to me. Kentucky basketball, when you're playing a top 10 team, top 5 team, top 25 team, it doesn't need to be an exhibition. Exhibitions are usually when one is greater than the other,
Yeah,
like a female tennis player playing a male tennis player. It's an exhibition.
yeah,
If you watch Rocky, Hulk Hogan going against Rocky, that's an exhibition. Conor McGregor going up against a boxer, that's an exhibition. This game does not supposed to be an exhibition. That's just me. Shouldn't it be a thought of being an exhibition?
George is the top post. Let us this BC. Just let us have fun, bro. Okay? It must be hot in Indiana.
Yeah. I did see Tyrone did say something there. He was talking about the rankings.
Yeah,
If Kentucky beats Purdue, in that exhibition game, it don't matter anything. But you know what? It's going to matter. It's going to be all these sports writers, all these people that is actually doing the rankings. They're going to be like, hold up, Purdue's supposed to be ranked number 1, 2, or 3, and Kentucky was going to be like number 7, 8, or 9. Maybe Kentucky needs to be up there a little bit higher, and maybe Purdue might not be number 1. You know, that could put things in. I know it still don't matter, but it does going to matter to people that watch that game.
That's what writers do.
Yeah, and that's what writers do.
That's what they do, regardless. But it shouldn't be an exhibition game. I don't.
It shouldn't be. I agree with you.
It should be a regular season game. Maybe Pope and them tried to do it and couldn't get it done, but and then Matt Painter said, "Well, I'll come and play you as an exhibition game." You know,
I can't believe Matt Painter said that.
Well, maybe next year they're looking to maybe have a home and away game set up, and this year is just part of an exhibition game, just to say, okay, we'll get this done, and next year Kentucky plays them at Purdue, and then they come back and play us at Rupp Arena the year after. You know.
Jimmy, I give you an A+. I give you 110% for trying.
I'm trying to get it. BC, come on. It's an exhibition game.
In my mind, it's just no thought of that being an exhibition game.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry. It's just in my mind, I just can't put together how this became an exhibition game. It just ain't up there.
Well, I mean, it's like Tyrone. Tyrone said, I would rather play Purdue than play IUPUI, in an exhibition game.
I don't care about IPUI and all that. It just don't register up here that should be an exhibition game. It just ain't right up here.
I'm with you. I don't want it to be an exhibition game either. I mean,
it just don't sit right up here. I just can't imagine that. I just can't imagine Mark Pope and Painter, the way these guys are.
Yeah,
former players saying, "Hey, let's have an exhibition game." I just can't see them doing that.
That's like waking up one day and being like, "Let me just call Purdue and see if they just want to just play a fun game."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just can't see that. I'm sorry, Big Blue Nation. It's just I just can't.
That's just like putting ketchup on eggs. Just don't go together.
Hey Jimmy, I give you an A+, boy.
I'm trying,
but
BC.
Boy,
I'm still with you. I want it to be a regular season game where it counts.
God Almighty has to come down and tell me it's the big bull.
I'll leave that with you. God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost.
That's the only way I'll be like, okay, exhibition game, cool.
Carl puts up. Actually, I want to throw up this right here. What Hank said. Where is this at? Hank said, "Y'all's Kentucky accents are making me proud." Ching ching.
Of course, Mr. Hank.
Yeah. See, you know what? For preseason rankings, I'm gonna throw this up because Carl made a statement. But how much you want to bet that the preseason top 25 comes out? Duke would be lower in the ranks than Kentucky. It never fails. So, I'm okay with that because that gives us that gives us some bulletin board material. It gives us a chance to say, "Oh, really? Okay." Okay.
Were you talking about lower or higher in the rankings?
Talking about Duke being lower or
being higher?
It should be higher.
Okay, higher in the rank. Okay.
Yeah, it should be higher in the ranking.
I believe Duke could be ranked below us.
It might be ranked. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Kentucky might be like number 8. Correct me, Jimmy. If I think 7 to 8. I think Duke might be in the top 10.
Might be like number 10, something like that.
Yeah. I believe Kentucky be.
But you never know. Carl got A. You never know.
That's
what
true.
They You know how ESPN. If you're going by ESPN, you know how they love Duke.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
still
that's why he said that.
still tripping on that college game day thing, Arkansas and
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Uh, well, guys, that was a good show, man. That
Yep.
was good, like Kentucky. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go back to sleep or not, man. I should go get some steps in, but the gym here doesn't open 24 hours like when I was in Q8. So now I go back to bed to just get my steps through the day. But hey, man, it was a good show tonight, man. I'm glad everybody jumped on and everything. So,
Hmm.
sorry if the reception wasn't great throughout the whole show. I think it did pretty well. It did better than I thought it was. So, maybe I might not have to go get another SIM card and pay that extra money. So, I paid I paid $30 for my phone, $30 for 30 gigabytes. I'm like, who
Hmm.
does that? I was like, yeah. I was like, really? And so I'm sitting here turning off my service at night, putting it on an airplane mode
Wow.
because 30, 30 gigabytes go by fast, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
sitting here, I can't watch YouTube and I can't.
It's like when we first got phones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. My TV was still on analog.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
They came in. I think they came and fixed it the other day. So little by little, things are getting fixed, and so I think I start work Wednesday morning. So hopefully I start getting some kind of routine and everything like that, and things will be a whole lot better. So what's this right here say? Duke 2 years straight on the floor, and I thought Duke was at Florida for the SEC ACC challenge.
No, they're playing. They're playing at Duke again.
Oh,
2 years in a row. Duke played Auburn last year,
Yes,
and
they did at home.
they're playing Florida this year.
This is
That's the only
this,
team between the SEC or ACC that did not have to switch floors. They get to play on their home
I,
court 2 years in a row.
Hmm.
I wonder. I wonder if that's why they didn't play Kentucky. But then again, I mean,
Well,
I don't know because
Man, it's been a
maybe
while since Duke came to Kentucky.
I don't know
Yeah.
that Duke has ever played at Kentucky, have they?
I think one time, maybe once.
A long time ago, maybe. I can't remember.
I know we played. I know we would play there.
We have played in Cameron. Yeah, I know that for sure.
Yeah, it had to be a long time ago when Duke played at
Well,
Kentucky.
I'm
I
definitely
mean,
a
yeah,
Florida
when
fan
Duke played at
for
Rupp.
sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Florida fan. Florida gonna be good this year too, man.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Oh,
it's
Duke's
early.
going to have everything they have. That game, Duke is not going to have an easy game at Cameron,
No, they
Florida.
sure not. I think Florida's gonna come in, and we get Florida twice this year.
Yes.
So that's good news. We get
Yeah.
Florida twice, home and home. So I think.
Like,
a lot of
yeah, we
people
don't need to
happy
be
about
playing
that.
Alabama twice. I mean,
No, well, it'd be good to beat them twice this year, but we'll see them in SEC.
Said they
tournament.
ain't done nothing else, Jimmy.
Alabama,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
no. They might have got us 3 times last year.
Like
But
Vanderbilt, they ain't done.
yeah, Vanderbilt ain't
They
done
ain't
anything to us.
Yeah, they ain't done nothing. We'll be back. So, well, they do sure fibers do. This is 2 years in a row. They favor. Yeah. They do favor Duke. Duke is definitely get the favor of.
Yeah.
Oh,
They want to favor a team in the nations when it comes to stuff like that. So,
mhm.
Yeah, that's a true
maybe Jay
statement.
Gallus to call that game or whatever. Bay number 8, Duke be number 5. So we got to see how this actually all turns out and everything. But I think we're looking forward to a really good year this year as well. So, but BC and Jimmy, man, I appreciate you guys jumping on again tonight, man. It's
Mhm.
always fun. Thank you guys for the laugh, man. I don't think I really laughed since I really been here. It's a different atmosphere than it was in Q8 in a sense of I knew Q8. The first day out, if I leave and come back, I just get back in my car and just act like I was just here a week ago. But now it's like I don't know anybody, I don't know nothing. So it's definitely a different start, having to start over and just learn new people. So hopefully I can start getting some normalcy to my life Wednesday when I get to work. But other than that, man, good show tonight, everyone. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that like button tonight. Um, also, BC, don't you got a YouTube page now? All by
Yeah.
yourself. What's it called?
It's called Think for a Minute.
Okay, so BC got a.
Wish we had a link or something. If
Yeah,
we had.
well, we'll make sure that we can get that. Okay. And
But yeah, it's called Think for a Minute. Pretty
yeah,
much just, talking. It's kind of like a second take, piggyback
yeah,
off second take, talking about whatever goes on my mind. I'm gonna be going a little more in depth on things and interviews and stuff like that. More cinematic stuff. It's just having fun, just showcasing some skills.
yeah. Well, you got it. You got the skills that pays the bills. So,
There we go.
hey, but I appreciate every last one of you guys who came out tonight. I appreciate it over there. Thank you guys so much once again. So, until next time, I'm Big Mike. I'm here with Jimmy Jam and my man BC. Go Cats.